So today we are checking out Chronicles of Crime by Lucky Duck Games. This game is on Kickstarter now and has about a week left to go. They have done amazingly, and in fact, they've hit most of their stretch goals by this point. So if you're interested at all, you know that this game is going to be made. It's already funded, so definitely check them out on Kickstarter. I'm going to go through the game kind of basics, but the too long didn't listen is this game is definitely worth your backing, and you definitely want to try to get the stretch goals that go with it, because this game is going to be infinitely expandable and you want to make sure that you're in on that from the ground floor. Chronicles of Crime is a whodunit game, much in the vein of Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective or other games like it, where players work cooperatively to solve a crime using physical clues that they've been given by the game itself. In this case, you have characters, you have items, you have folks to help you along your journey, and you have places to visit. And all of those have QR codes that you're going to scan with the phone app that controls the game. As you scan those items, you get more information and clues to help you solve the crime. Pretty straightforward process, and the game actually plays very, very easily with one player all the way up to 5 players. They have an age on the box of 14 and up, but honestly, I would say that some 10-year-olds may be able to play this game. Now, there are some adult themes, but if you really want to play this game with your kids, you could make it happen. Plus, there's some cool stuff that happens with the virtual reality components, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So essentially what's going to happen is the players are going to set up a scenario using the phone app. It's going to tell them what's going on, kind of a basic bit of information, and they will start from the police station and then kind of work their way out from there to the crime scenes. They will be interviewing suspects, talking to the police chief, maybe even having victims of the crimes that they're going to find at these locations, and they're going to scan the QR code to find out more information about those as they unlock them. As you talk to people, you may discover new locations, places that you can visit that are not necessarily the police station, but that are locations. In this case, in the prototype that they sent, these are all locations in London. So pretty thematic game in that way. Very, very cool kind of artwork that's on all of these. There's a lot of really great writing in the app that kind of gives you that punch of feeling like you're actually interrogating suspects or investigating crime scenes. The most immersive part by far, though, is this little gadget here. These VR glasses actually clip onto your cell phone and allow you to view the crime scene in 3 dimensions in a VR mode, just like you would if you were wearing, say, Google Cardboard, if you've ever used that before. This is just a much simpler version and allows you to just kind of clip it on and hold it up. Essentially what's going to happen is you're going to put this on the phone and you're going to pull up a video of the crime scene, a 360-degree still image, and you're going to start calling out the different types of things that you see. The other players are going to then grab the item cards that match that type of item. They are very broad types, so these can be reused for several different scenarios without being too specific to the crime scene that you're going to be investigating. It also doesn't give away anything that you might be seeing. As you find those items that are in the crime scene, when you scan the QR code on the card, it will tell you more about that specific item, and that will give you clues. If that is an important clue, it will actually go on your board and allow you to start amassing these clues so that you can start to solve the crime. They may lead to, again, further discussion with the intelligence group and the hacker or the scientist or the doctor. You have several different specialists that you can scan their QR codes and then scan the QR code of the item that you're trying to investigate, and they will give you more information. Really, really neat setup in terms of the interaction with your digital assistants as well as the players around the table. Overall, the game is really great. I played through the tutorial as a solo player and learned the ins and outs of how all the different pieces interact with each other and was able to complete the case and solve the crime. And then we played through the first case as a group, and we were able to complete that case as well. All of it went off without a hitch. We didn't really have any glitches in the app, and all of the pieces kind of flowed together pretty well. The game itself is pretty self-explanatory. You go to a location, you investigate, you ask some questions, you learn about people, those people then kind of give you branches to new objects or new people. And as you do that, you scan the QR codes on those people to find out more about them. You may go to a location, scan a QR code to go to a location, or ask questions about the evidence that you find. As I said earlier, the coolest part by far was the virtual reality part, being able to look around at the crime scene and kind of zero in on each of the different components of what you're supposed to be looking at for clues. Overall, had a really great time playing the game, and I think that anybody, like I said, over the age of 10 will probably get a pretty good kick out of playing this game, especially the VR part and interrogating suspects. If you add in the roleplay aspect of having different people read for the suspects, there is sort of a narrative that goes there. If one person is controlling the phone and kind of doing all of the reading, it can get a little monotonous. You can also fall prey to the alpha player syndrome. For those of you that don't play a lot of games, basically if somebody likes to control what decisions get made and you're trying to play as a group, that can be a little off-putting for some folks. So you definitely want to choose wisely the groups that you play this type of game with. You don't want to get into a game like this with somebody who's going to be that controlling, because it loses a lot of its fun. But barring all of that, this game is really, really great to play with groups or as an individual, and I look forward to seeing the new cases that they've got coming as part of the Kickstarter, as well as in the future. This game is going to be infinitely expandable. This QR code system allows them to use a very generic set of items and people that can be reused in different ways and in different configurations to make a very, very large number of possibilities. And they've already unlocked several cases in the Kickstarter. There was an update on the Kickstarter today, actually, about them using two devices communicating with each other, a phone and a tablet, or two phones, to scan the QR codes and communicate with the app to allow for more VR immersion, which actually may be very interesting. I look forward to seeing what they're doing there. Can't wait to see how this Kickstarter finishes for them. They are way overfunded and are doing a great job of putting out new stretch goals that are a pretty amazing addition to this game. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we finally end up with at the end of the Kickstarter. If you want to support the Kickstarter yourself, check out Kickstarter.com and search for Chronicles of Crime by Lucky Duck Games. And if you're interested in finding out more about Kickstarters that we're interested in here at Geek Dad, check out geekdad.com and search for Kickstarter Alert or Kickstarter Tabletop Alert, and you'll be able to find articles and more of these videos in the near future. And thanks for watching.